Here we are. We are frozen. It's winter. And this is a different kind of cold. I have to tell you, this is definitely a different kind of cold. It's not bad, but it's different. It's not what I'm used to. But seeing that I Eskimo regularly, if I was at home at this moment, I would be wearing a beanie. Yeah, that is how it is. And some gloves, fingers cold. But in any way, I'm in the office space. Actually, I shouldn't call it an office space. I should call it a creation space. I'm in my creation space. And I've been pondering on what I would like to talk about today because I've got so much to say. But I think the best idea would be to start at a point and work my way through. That is a little bit part of my personality, taking chaos, forming order out of it. And sometimes I just throw everything into the pile and go like, okay, I can survive with chaos for today. It doesn't happen regularly, but it does happen now and again. How did I get to this creation space? About 6 months ago, I made up my mind that I wanted an office space. I wanted to do face-to-face counseling, well-being counseling, life coaching, whatever. Because I have been doing it online, but I have found that in the area where I am located, things seem to work a little bit better if you do have a office space or a creation space where you can work from. So I started seriously Googling agencies in the area as well as office spaces for rent. And because I was homeschooling the kids, I would have to take the kids to the office, homeschool there, and then in the afternoons, no idea how, make a plan so that I can go on with my counseling without violating privacy and confidentiality and so on and so forth. So at the end of the day, my brain was thinking, rent 2 offices or an office within an office. And I found one, but it didn't quite sit right. I was looking at the space on the internet and I found it a month ago. And I was looking at the space and I wanted to send a notice and ask, I want to go and see it. And then just before I send it, I went like, no, this isn't it. This is not it. Which was problematic because that was the best option. It was literally an office within an office. Like, no, I'm not lying. It's an office within an office, which makes it easy. So you walk through the front door, turn into this office, that's where I can homeschool the kids. And then if I close that door and I've got this area in front of me, that could be the office where I do my counseling and my coaching, whatever form it might take on. That being said and done, I'm just not getting to pressing that button to actually ask the lady to go and see the office space. Through that, I realized that I need to be very sure of what I want. Because once I sign a contract, that is it. It's a year contract. So I need to be able to provide for myself for the amount that I need to pay for the office space. I need to have certain things in place because I know that my business isn't just going to be boom and now I've got so many clients that I can't stay ahead, because that's not what I'm aiming for. That's not my definition of success. And if that is not my definition of success, then that would be a little cherry on the top, but it's not going to be something that I'm actively creating and pushing for. My idea of success is making a difference in as many lives as I possibly can, and preferably not a negative difference, a positive difference. To touch as many thoughts and souls and approaches and mental abilities as I possibly can. If I could make a difference in one every day, that would be the ultimate, is to just make a difference in one life every day. If I can just do that, then I am successful in my business. So I keep on looking and I keep realizing, okay, I need to save X amount of money to cover the rent for in case, business is a bit slow on the uptake. And I've plan B is I'm saving up money to make up the amount so that I can cover the rent. I need to find an office space, blah, blah, blah. And I'm looking and I'm looking and I'm looking. And I find the space, but it doesn't sit right. It doesn't click. There's no, this is it moment. There's no, moment. It's a, okay, yeah, all right. It meets all the requirements moment. So I don't push the button. A few months ago, I think it's 2 or 3 months ago, my best friend said to me, you know what, she had to give up her office space due to COVID. And now she's looking for an office space again. And she has been emailing churches and schools and see if they don't have a space available. She thinks I should do the same. I was like, yeah, no. That's not me. I don't even know where to start. And we discussed it a little bit, and I said to her, look, push comes to shove. Okay, fine. I'll take that road. I wake up one morning and I go like, I'm going to put this together. I'm going to put together a proposal, and I'm going to look up the email addresses of schools and places around me, and I'm going to do this. I did it. Okay, I sat for 2 days, and I'm pleasantly surprised by my Googling skills and my stalking ability of finding the information that I'm looking for. And I found 9 schools that I emailed, and one email was sent by accident. Let me explain. So I made a list of schools, which turned out to be 9 schools, and I emailed them. I didn't get a response. And then there were 7 churches in the vicinity that I also emailed. I didn't get a response. But the one website that this little church was, the name was on, that email address wasn't for the church. It was for the little village where it was located within. So it's like a management center, and then you have got this space that is kept for the church to do what they need to do. And I put this email address into my email, and I'm thinking to myself, I better double check if this is the church's email address. So I double check and I realize it's not the church's email address. It's this little village where the church is located in. It's their management center email address. I'm thinking to myself, worst case scenario, they say no. Best case scenario, they say yes. Either. So with everybody I've emailed, I email this, the people that I never planned to email in any way. I literally just went, what can I lose? And I pushed the button, I sent the email. 2 weeks passed, don't quote me on this, could be 2 weeks, could be 3 weeks. Time isn't always my friend, it's relative. Whole new discussion. I get an email from a lady that says to me, so I received your email that you send to the manager of this village thing, that place. I don't want to name names, so I'm trying to avoid naming places because I don't have their permission to name them, and I don't know if they're comfortable with me naming them. So I'm stepping around it on purpose. And the owner there sent her my email. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how I got the space. Now you can say that this happened by accident, or you can say that this happened because while I was journaling and thinking and planning and trying to figure out how to do this office thing, everything was put into place for this space to open up. This space ticks the boxes that I put down for my office space. Very blessed. Blessed beyond measure. And the journey that I've taken in the past 6 weeks changed me and the way that I think about things. And it's not necessarily a spiritual journey, it's an intellectual, mental journey as well. And that is why I said to you that the tone of the channel is going to be the same, but the content is going to be different. Because what I have gone through in the past 6 weeks is mind-blowing and amazing in my world. In terms of things that I never really brought together, sort of amalgamated, and I just realized, oh, that's how it works. So I'm not done experimenting with what I have found. I'm still, I've certain things have transpired and I've gone, let's test that hypothesis, shall we? Let's see if we can repeat the results. So technically I'm a scientist by heart. I don't know. It's open for discussion. But the point is, this is what I'm going to be sharing. Our content is going to be a little bit different. But what I aim to do is still the same. Change thinking. Make an impact intellectually, spiritually, mentally, whatever the case may be. These videos, I am not going to close the comments on. I am going to leave the comments active, so you can comment if you feel you need to. I cannot promise you that I will be able to answer all the comments. It depends on what life is throwing my side, but I will definitely try. So this is me signing off. Have a very nice day, and we will see each other again. Bye.